I think I decided on Adam because I met him in a pub in London. And I had not seen any of his movies or his television. And I thought, this guy is completely different from the character I had imagined. And so it was a fresh start, because I was bored with my original ideas. And Adam is very unique. He doesn't look like a movie star. He doesn't behave like a movie star. He doesn't even behave like an actor. He's a very real person, and we just like each other's company, so you got the job, kid. So, are you saying Avengers is more like Sancho Panza? No, I disagree. I think the big movies are all about fantasy with no connection to reality. It's a dream, a juvenile dream world is being created out there. I'm interested in the conflict, the tension, the battle between fantasy and reality. Quixote is about. Quixote is the dreamer, the madman, Sancho is the realist. And it's always a double act. And I'm afraid Avengers and most of the other films, the big fantasy films, are not a double act. It's all fantasy. There was one thing about this film that we shot it on location. We weren't building sets. We weren't creating fantasy. It was always, the feeling was, we have to be in the real world. You can smell it, you can feel it, and it limits our ideas. It keeps us on the ground. When I first read the book in 1989, I thought it's not possible to make a movie out of this, because it's so huge, it's so gigantic, it's so rich. And so the original idea was basically like a last hurrah, I don't know what to say in Italian. It was just an old man, because it began in a square with all the old men in the square saying, if only I had done this, if only I hadn't done that. And one of them decided to stop saying that and do something about it and then die happily. And that was where it began, but that was a long time ago. And the most recent change was about 3 years ago, or 4 now, and the idea of having Toby having made a film called The Marriage of Don Quixote 10 years earlier, because it became more important telling the story about what films do to people, the danger, how they inspire people, how they destroy people, how they make people crazy. Because films are really like the books that the original Quixote used to read. Books of fantasy, of knights and maidens being rescued. And those books made him crazy. And so that seemed to be a more interesting idea of explaining it and going to see what the main character was like 10 years earlier when he was full of ideas and he was innocent, I suppose, before the corruption of his success. And also the people in the village who were just normal villagers who were given a chance to be something other, and how that affected their lives. So to me it became the script became much better by taking so long to write it again and again. Because if you have enough time, you get bored with your original ideas, and eventually you're left with slightly more interesting ideas. Or if you're a mystic like myself, the film is writing itself. It just takes a long time. The film was a very slow writer. Quickly. No, it's yes. Before he got the character that Adam plays got hit on the head, ends up in the 17th century, and he meets the real Don Quixote. That's not nearly as interesting as what we ended up with, because this is about a man with talent who betrays his talent for money, making dog food commercials. Well, he is the creator of Don Quixote, of this madman. It's a bit like a Frankenstein story. He is guilty. He has a lot of responsibility. And I think, for me, that's important, because I think too many filmmakers don't accept responsibility for the effect of their movies and the effect of their work and what it does to people. And I think movies are very important, and you've got to be very determined to say interesting things to people, to try to get them thinking again, behaving properly, or behaving improperly, which is even more interesting. I do want to say something about Jonathan Pryce, because he wanted to make this movie for 15 years, and I never hired him for 15 years. So when finally it happened, his performance is amazing. He was having so much fun. He just brought so much life. He added so many things. He became, in a sense, all of the Shakespearean characters he had played in all of his career, all in one character.